What's up, everyone? I hope everyone's doing great. I hope your week is going fantastic. Thank you so much for being here again with me today for another reading. Today, we are doing a reading for Why Are You Loved? And so, in your life, why do the people around you love you? We're going to have 4 piles. Pile number 1 is going to be the 6 of Diamonds. Pile number 2 is going to be the 10 of Diamonds. Pile number 3 is going to be the 8 of Spades. And pile number 4 is going to be the Jack of Spades. And for the collective, we've got the 2 of Spades. Interesting. People love you collectively because you are all very patient. I'm getting you're very open-minded, you're non-judgmental, you're not pushy with people to force them to be a certain type of way or force them to be more open or more vulnerable than they want to be. There's this energy of calm that's coming through with the 2 of Swords energy and the 2 of Spades. You guys make people feel comfortable. You make them feel like they have space and presence in your life. I'm getting that collectively you're all very good at one-on-one conversation. You make people feel seen, you make them feel heard. You don't undercut anyone's stories. You don't make people feel like they're being over dramatic or feel like they are blowing a story out of proportion or anything like that. You make people feel very seen and heard. I'm getting strong high priestess vibes as well. You're very intuitive. You guys come off as very good at reading people. I'm really excited to see how that manifests more in each of the piles. All right, so again, for the piles, we've got pile number 1 and the 6 of Diamonds, pile number 2 and the 10 of Diamonds, pile number 3 and the 8 of Spades, and pile number 4 and the Jack of Spades. All right, and starting off with pile number 1 and the 6 of Diamonds. Now, the 6 of Diamonds is indicative of 6 of Pentacles energy. Very generous, charitable energy. It's a very pure version of the collective energy that we just got. Again, you're very open-minded. You're very accepting of people for who they are and where they're at in life. You don't expect more from people than they can actually give. You know what I mean? Yeah, and the 4 of Cups. I'm getting it's also kind of difficult to get you to accept things from people in general. You're likely one of those people that's very giving, giant open heart, but still might have a little bit of an issue accepting things from other people sometimes. Very independent energy already. People look up to you. There are definitely people in your life who see you as sort of a mentor figure, as someone who is to be revered is the word that keeps coming to mind. People look up to you quite a bit. You might be someone who, people tend to put you on a bit of a pedestal, or people have really, high expectations of you. And it's because you outperform people. I'm getting, that's the most straightforward way to say things. I'm getting that you may find very often that you're the most talented person in a room, objectively. And I'm getting that you're very hard on yourself. Part of why you have the talent that you have and why you're so good at the things that you do, why your life is organized the way that it is, even you're very self-disciplined. You are someone who has really good self-control, at least from the outside looking in. That's how people see you. And there are definitely people in your life who really value that. They wish that they had the kind of self-control that you have. There are definitely people in your life who are aiming to be more like you. All right. What more can we know, please? What more can we know about why you are loved? Why are you loved? Getting very fiery energy. And we've got the Hermit. You're very intelligent. Yeah, this links back again to that High Priestess energy with the collective. You're very intelligent, both like intellectually and also on a person to person level. I'm getting that you're really good with other people, even if you don't quite feel that way about yourself. If you find that you are kind of like nervous around other people, or you might have social anxiety, it's very hard to tell. Like, you make people feel very comfortable. I'm so sorry. Anyway, it's very hard to tell. You make people feel very comfortable. You make people feel at ease, is what it is. You're very good at reading people. It's likely something that comes really naturally to you to be like good at reading people. And on predicting people's needs or on predicting people's wants. Like, you're really good at seeing to the crux of a situation, or like seeing the truth in a matter. And we've got the Two of Wands. And you give very good advice. The people in your life really value the advice that you give. You give excellent advice, is what I'm getting. And people really, I'm so sorry. And people really like hearing your point of view. They like hearing what you have to say. I'm getting that you're really original. You're very unique. You have a very unique, out of the box type of way of looking at things. I'm getting kind of like Aquarius vibes here. Like, your point of view is really valuable, and it's something that people regularly miss. Like, you're the kind of person who you'll say something to someone and it'll like flip on a light switch in their head, something that they just didn't think about, a point of view that they completely missed, an angle that they missed. You know what I mean? You encourage people to look at things from different perspectives. And I'm getting that this also involves like making people readjust their point of view on their life situations and things like that. Like, you make people feel a lot more grateful for their life and for the things that they were given and the hands that they were dealt. Not necessarily because you yourself are a very like pushy, optimistic person. Like, I'm not getting that from you at all. What I'm getting is that you are a very grateful person. So you're very good at looking at something and seeing the silver lining within it. And that's very infectious. Like, the way that you look at the world, your point of view, the sunshine that you bring to things, it's very infectious. It helps people focus on the brighter things in life. It's it makes people feel better. You make people feel good, especially in bad moments, especially at like low points in their life. You make people feel better about the situations that they find themselves in. It's definitely a gift of yours. People see it as like a gift of yours. Again, people really value having your presence in their life, and I'm getting that you yourself might be like a very introverted person with this hermit energy coming out here to begin with. Like, you might be a more introverted person, or you might be someone who is more picky with the people who you give your energy to, because everyone only has a finite amount of energy and you value yours, you know what I mean? People feel grateful if you're willing to give your energy to them. People feel special when you're willing to give your energy to them and when you're willing to give them time and effort. And we've got the Knight of Coins. You're a very hard worker. That's also the second Virgo energy to come through. It doubles down on that sixth house routine energy. Again, you have incredible self-control. You're definitely someone who like stands at the top of your game in that regard. Like, people wish that they could organize their life and like stick to it the way that you do, I'm getting. And it's funny because you might be someone who identifies as neurodivergent or neuroatypical. um and so the extra routine just kind of helps you function in a way that like neurotypical people, they don't get that from it. So it's harder for them to organize their life or like commit to the routines the way that you do. Either way, I'm getting this energy of like again, this keeps coming up, this energy of like you take things that other people may see as negatives or other people might have a harder time seeing the positives in, and you spin them and look at things in a way that's like really great. Like you take things that might be obstacles in your life and you take things that might make things like things that could be hindrances in your life, and you turn them into things that boister you and things that lift you up. You turn them into positives for yourself. You're a very difficult person to keep down at the end of the day, is what's coming through. You are a lively energy, a very warm energy. There's a lot of earth energy coming through, but also a lot of fiery energy coming through. You're very warm and very nurturing. People love being in your space. Your vibe is like impeccable and it is contagious. I'm getting people have a hard time staying negative around you. And they really value that. The people in your inner circle, the people who you're intimate with, they really value the fact that you bring this level of positivity to situations that are really difficult sometimes. And we've got the Judgment card. You're good at seeing to the quick of things, is what it is. You're really good at seeing to the heart of a situation. You're incredibly intelligent, and you've got a really good eye for seeing the things that really matter in life. Definitely strong found family vibes, strong, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb vibes, you know what I mean? Like, you are you make people feel like they're at home. You have a very homey energy, a very homey vibe, and you're good at redirecting people so they can see what matters in life. Like, it's you have a very down to earth energy, and you're really good at bringing people back down to earth, especially people who are like you might find that you might meet people at times in their lives where they're kind of spiraling and they really need that down to earth energy. There's something very much divinely oriented about the Judgment card coming out, right? Like, you may find that you are the kind of person who shows up in people's lives when they really need your energy to help guide them, and when they really need your advice, and when they really need your stick to itiveness. You know what I mean? There are definitely people in your life who feel profoundly gifted to have known you at a time when they knew you, or to have gotten to know you at a time where they got to know you. Like, there are for sure people in your life who like think they're lucky stars that you were given to them at this time when they really needed energy like yours. You're very unique. There's only one of you in this entire world, and the people who know you recognize how special it is that they get to know you. We've got the Five of Swords. You've been through quite a bit, and instead of having it weigh you down, instead of having it drag you down, it has only furthered to boister you. Again, this is coming up again in a very straightforward way. Like, you have taken negatives in your life and you've taken hindrances and obstacles in your life and you've turned them into things that are like there you might be the kind of person where there are people who are jealous of you, and it's difficult for you to understand why people are jealous of you because you've been through quite a bit in your life, like even down to Judgment energy. Like, rebirth is difficult. It's a hard energy to go through. To constantly be transforming is not an easy energy to subscribe to, and yet that is where you found yourself, and you find yourself more sharpened and more condensed and better on the end of every transformation in a way that, like, not everyone does. Not everyone who's subject to constant transformations makes it out of that kind of thing alive. You know what I mean? You've made it out to the other end, and you're still a kind, generous, gifted person. You have only become sharper. You've only become better through every transformation that you've gone through. You've only taken all of the hardships that you've been given in your life and used them to transform yourself into who you are now, and who you are now is an incredible person. They're like, all of that to say that that is why people are jealous of you. It might be difficult for you to understand why people would be jealous of your story when your story is obviously such a difficult one, but it's because of who it made you. People have a hard time understanding that just because just because they had, like, people have a hard time understanding that the bad things aren't what made you a great person. You took lessons and you became a good person all on your own. And not everyone does that. Lots and lots and lots of people don't. But people who downplay that kind of effort and downplay that kind of hard work, they have a hard time understanding those kinds of truths. It it's sad, but it's true. And we've got the Nine of Coins, and you seem so abundant. You just seem to be, and I'm seeing like Nine of Coins energy in the face of like, I'm seeing Nine of Coins energy in the face of like, just straight abundance, like the Ace of Cups, like an overflowing cup of love and an overflowing cup of care. There's just a lot of love that comes off of you, to the point where it seems very much endless. Like, the people in your life are regularly floored by how much love and how much care you have to offer them. You never seem to tire. There's never a point where, like, you're not the kind of person that gets tired of other people. It doesn't matter how long you've known someone. It doesn't matter how much, like, history you have together. You will always make someone feel special. You'll always be there to highlight the gifts that they have. You're definitely a team player. Great support person. There are people who are missing that support in your life right now. That's for sure. People who are wanting to reach out to you, don't be surprised if you get messages like just out of the blue from random people over the course of like the next week or so. Couple weeks or so. All right. What more can we know, please? What more can we know about why are you loved? And we've got Jinx, excellent dancer, fun at parties, and eye-catching. Now, you are beautiful, and I'm getting beautiful in a very, like, sensual manner. Like, you might be someone who has very nice, lush curves. If that is not the case, trust that your body leaves nothing to be desired. People really like how your body looks. They really like... I'm getting touch. Like, people really want to touch you. People really want to feel how soft your skin is. People really want to, like, hold your hand and hold other things in private. Like, very sensual energy already. It comes through in that excellent dancer energy as well. And for some of you, you are definitely very good dancers. Um, for all of you, regardless, however, people really like the way that you move through life. And for a lot of you, this is literally, they like the way that you literally walk through life. But for others of you, this is more about how you, like, hold yourself as you move through life, and how you hold yourself with, like, the confidence that you hold yourself with. You know what I mean? You are someone who radiates a very regal energy for the most part. Um, it's definitely the kind of energy that, like, demands respect in a sort of way. Like, it's very mature. There's something very mature about this energy. It's likely very easy for you to make people feel immature, or to make people feel like they should have thought things through more clearly before coming at you a certain way. Like, it's likely very easy for you to put people in their place like that. Um, Again, you come off as someone very roundedly intelligent in both your intellect and your, like, person to person social skills, and someone who has quite a bit of experience just, like, living life regardless of how old you are. And it definitely gives off the energy of deserving respect for making it so far and becoming who you are through all of it. And we've got Seal, adventurous, adaptable, and loves the cold. Um, I'm getting strong, like, cuddle energy here with that with that loves the cold. Again, it comes out again. People really want, there are people right now who are really wanting to touch you. Like people are really wanting to like feel your skin, really wanting to snuggle up with you. Like it's like summer, it's hot outside right now, and yet I'm still getting like really strong like cuddling up in bed vibes going on here. There are people who have giant crushes on you right now. Just be aware of that fact. There are people who are very interested in you romantically right now. It's cute. Again, expect people to be reaching out to you over the course of the next couple weeks. Like, there are people who are wanting to reach out to you for sure. And we've got the Rhyhorn. 111, by the way. But the Rhyhorn, thick-skinned, unflinchingly resolved, and brave. And brave and unflinchingly resolved come through the most there. People really look up to you. Like, there are a lot of people in your life who see you as, like, a great pinnacle of what they would like to be. You're an incredibly mature person and you're very smart. Like there are people who really wish that they were more like you. 3 1s also indicate strong manifestation energy. You're definitely a natural manifester. You're likely someone who doesn't have to, like, you've never needed to be taught how to manifest. Manifestation likely comes very naturally to you, right? Um, We've also got 2 earth cards and 1 water card. Now, the 2 earth cards doesn't surprise me. Again, this has been a very earthy energy in general. But the water energy, it's very compatible. You vibe really well with basically everyone. I'm getting like it's very rare for you to find someone who you can't get along with, and usually in those situations it genuinely has nothing to do with you. Like there are some people who just don't want to get along with other people, and there's nothing that anyone can do about that. But like for the most part, you're someone who is very easy to get along with. You're very easy to like. You're incredibly easy to love, and I'm getting you're really easy to fall in love with too. Again, there are definitely people out there in the world right now who are like developing very strong crushes on you right now. And we've got Kabuto, rare, hard to find, and old school. And so rare and hard to find, you are definitely one of a kind. Your energy is one of a kind. You are very unique. And I'm getting that you're very heavily sought after too. Like, there are a lot of people in the world who would see you as the ideal mate. A lot of people in the world who, when they think of what they want in a partner, even a non-romantic partner, we're talking like business partners, we're talking like friends, like, you're just highly compatible with a lot of people and highly sought after by a lot of people. You're a very loyal person, I'm getting, and people value that. The people in your life really value that. There are people in your life, I'm getting, who are like confused as to how they lucked out and got someone so cool to be in their life, honestly. Like, there are definitely people who put you on a little bit of a pedestal because you're just like that, you're that person, you know what I mean? All right, one more. What more can we know, please? What more can we know about why you are loved? Why are you loved? And we've got the Hierophant, I am the test of time. And that's Taurus energy to match the Virgo energy that's already been there. You are very stable. You're a very stable, very supportive person. You may occasionally be accused of being stubborn, but I get that it's less that you're stubborn and more that you're not someone who's easily pushed over. Like, when you know that you're right about something, you're very committed to being right about that thing. Like, you're not gonna let someone gaslight you out of knowing that you're right, regardless of the situation, regardless of what you're right about. I'm getting that you really value truth, you really value honor, you really value virtue in general, and you stand by those things. You're someone who has a strong sense of justice, you know what I mean? And it's hard to get you to sway from that. And we've got the King of Wands. I was born for the spotlight, I'll share it only with you. Strong Leo energy there. You stand out. The note to end on is you stand out in a room. Never doubt that. When you walk into a room, people notice that you're there. When you leave, people miss you and they notice that you're gone. Like, know that you are very well loved and know that you are a natural person born for the spotlight. If you are currently debating, like trying out for something or submitting work or like being in any kind of competition, if you're questioning your abilities right now, know that you have everything that it takes. Like, again, natural spotlight person, you belong in the spotlight. Don't question your abilities in that regard. That might be a specific message for someone, but it came through very loudly right there. Anyway, that is what I've got for you. Thank you so much for being here again with me today, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope everyone is doing well, and I hope that this was enjoyable. I hope it was enlightening. I will see you next time. Bye. All right, and we're on pile number 2 with the 10 of Diamonds. Now, the 10 of Diamonds is indicative of 10 of Pentacles energy. Already, we're getting high value, very high value, and very unforgettable value. You are someone whose presence is totally unforgettable. Like, I'm getting that there are people who remember you. They have strong memories of you, regardless of whether it's like one memory or a handful of memories or whatever. There are people who have strong memories of you, impactful memories of you, and you don't know them. You wouldn't recognize them. You wouldn't be able to pick them out of a line of people. Like, you don't remember these people. You've impacted them greatly, but like as far as their impact on you goes, it's like negligent. Um and it's not like you're being mean and it's not like you're not noticing people on purpose. It's just that you are a very impactful person. When you walk through the world, when you walk into a room, people notice, people stare, people turn. Like, you're a noticeable person and people remember you. They remember the impact that you have on them. They remember the impact that you have on people around them, on the rooms that you enter even. And I'm getting that you yourself, it's funny, you might be a little bit oblivious to this fact. Like, you might not notice just how much people really notice you and just how impactful your presence is on people. You might undercut yourself like, you might not realize just how present you are. All right. What more can we know, please? All right, we've got the 10 of Swords. Yeah, unfortunately, this is the energy that, like, you're the kind of person that when you walk into a room, there are people who, like, immediately compare themselves to you. They can't help it. Like, there are people who immediately start, like, trying to size you up. They just literally cannot help it. You have this kind of magnetic energy. I'm getting very Scorpio, very magnetic, very deep, very mysterious. Like, and that's not to say that you necessarily like crush everyone who's in the room. Like, you're the most interesting person in the room by leaps and bounds in every room that you enter, you know what I mean? But like, you give off this very alluring energy is what it is, and I'm getting that it can be very difficult to compete with. Like, and there are people who try to compete with it. Competition is likely something that you find in your life present around you quite a bit, whether it's people competing with you, whether you like it or not, right? Whether you want that competition or not, whether we're in a situation where that's appropriate or not, even, you know what I mean? You can't help it, it's not your fault. But people competing with you, or people competing over you. That is also the energy that's coming through here. Like, romantic interest, even like friend interest, coworker interest, like familial interest. It doesn't even necessarily have to be romantic. Though romance is definitely popping out very strongly, but people who just have they're very, very interested in you. They can't help it. And they're willing to compete for you. They're willing to compete for your attention. And we've got the 2 of Coins. I'm getting that you're a very well-rounded person. What it is you attract a lot of different people. You're very well-rounded. You're someone who's very well-balanced within your yin and yang sides. You're someone who's very well-balanced within your, like, logical and emotional sides. you are a very balanced person and you appeal to a bunch of people because of it. Like, you're the kind of person that, like, there's just something to love regardless of who you are, regardless of what point of view you're taking. You've got something worth loving towards these people, and it makes you universally almost desired. It's it's very I this is a kind of energy that can get kind of like that can get kind of overwhelming, even like people. And what I mean by overwhelming is like you're a very multifaceted person, and every person is multifaceted, right? Every person has layers, but like you're someone who's very alluring. People really want to know what your layers are, you know what I mean? And you seem very private. The Knight of Wands popping out right there. Traditionally, the Knight of Wands is depicted by a man standing right outside of a line of stakes behind him, right? A line of wands behind him, almost like he's standing guard. There's very much a sense of like being on guard there, having been through things, having gone through things, needing to like kind of keep your guard up in a certain amount of way, in a certain way, you know what I mean? Like, you seem very private, and it only tempts people more. Like, it only makes people want more and more and more from you. They only want more of your private life. They only want more of your point of views, right? Like, there are definitely people out there who would listen to you talk just to hear you talk. It doesn't matter what you're talking about. It doesn't matter what you've got going on. You know what I mean? Like, people just really like you. You're a very interesting person. But when people fixate on one facet of you, they can forget about like the whole picture, you know what I mean? And it can become very tiring having to remind people that like you're a whole person. You're not just one part, and you're certainly not just the parts that they like personally. Like that kind of thing can get frustrating, it can get overwhelming, I'm getting, and it may be something that you've had to deal with before, especially in your romantic life. All right. You're beautiful, regardless of how you identify. You're definitely a beautiful person. I'm getting very artistically beautiful too. Like, you're someone who's very pretty to look at. Very muse-like. You inspire people. All right. What more can we know, please? What more can we know? Why do people love you? Why are you loved? Yeah, you may feel mischaracterized sometimes. It might be something that happens to you not regularly, but sometimes you may feel like people are mischaracterizing you, or like they're taking things about you out of context or hyperfixating on certain things about you, you know what I mean? It's it might be difficult for you to find someone who's willing to acknowledge every single part of you the way that you would like. This is just the casual reminder that you don't need, that like it's worth waiting out. There will be people who appreciate every part of you. You should never have to chop off parts of yourself for the people around you. It's horrible. And we've got the Page of Wands. You are so fun. You are so fun. You're such a fun presence to have. I'm definitely getting that you're often the life of a party. Like, the party lives and dies by your hand. You're a very fun person to be around. And you're very. I'm getting like a happy-go-lucky energy almost. Like, you're really good at boistering people. You're really good at lifting people up and lifting people's spirits when people are feeling down, when people are feeling like, this is definitely the energy like after a breakup, after someone's failed a test or been fired from a job. Like, you're the person that people call so you can make them feel better again. So like you can take them out to eat, or so that they can come over to your house, or so you can spend some time together and just decompress. You make people feel better at the end of things, especially I'm getting after like one-on-one basis. This leads back again to that energy that we had in the collective. You're very good with people on a one-on-one basis. You make people feel very seen. You make people feel very heard. They leave having spent time with you feeling very fulfilled and feeling very rejuvenated. Like, you're not draining. You're someone who is actively uplifting to the people who you're around. And we've got the Six of Swords. And it's because you value peace in your life. I'm getting you definitely are someone who values peace, and you value like in like peace of mind, peace of body, peace in your environment. Like you just like balance around you. You're a very well balanced person in and of yourself, right? And you encourage that in the people around you as well. Like people notice that they are calmer around you. They really do. You have a calming effect on a lot of people. They really do find themselves like thinking more rationally, thinking slower, being more being more objective in how they look at things. Like you have a very positive, objectively positive impact on the people who are in your inner circle. There are definitely people who feel very lucky and very fortunate to have met you because you've had a very positive impact on their life. And we've got the Eight of Swords. Now, the Six of Swords, or not the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Cups. The Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups together, these are the two cards of moving on mentally and moving on emotionally. You are not someone to linger. When you're over something or someone, you are gone. It's done. You're no longer checked in. You're no longer there to give it any part of your time or energy. None of that. It's out of your life and out of your presence. And I'm getting that there are people who really look up to you for that. Like, this is something that people hope to emulate about you. You don't let people get you down. You don't let bad situations get you down. You're really good at picking yourself up and moving on with your life. Like, and you're really good at doing it from a very calm, rational perspective as well. Like, you come off as someone with a very level head, someone who's very thick skinned, very hard to get under your skin. Like, people have tried, I'm getting, and have failed miserably, and have had to admit to themselves that they failed miserably at the end of the day. They can't they can't figure out how to unnerve you the way that they are trying to. And the funny thing is, it might not even be that you're naturally someone who's very thick-skinned. It's just that you don't let people see you sweat. Like, you're not someone who's going to give in to people who are obviously baiting you. You're not someone who's going to give in to absurd circumstances just because of how you're feeling emotionally. You're very intelligent emotionally and intellectually, and it helps you make rational, positive decisions even in very stressful, emotionally or otherwise situations. And we've got the Hermit, and that's an 8 to a 9, right? You're moving forward in life, and people around you notice. The people around you are really excited to see where you go next. I'm getting like you're coming to the end of a chapter right now. Coming to the you're coming to an upgrade moment, basically. Like, you're going to be leveling up soon, and the people around you can tell. I get, like, people are excited to see what you do next. They're excited to see what happens for you next. And you're very well deserving. Everyone in your life, every person who's cheering you on, they feel that you're very well deserving. You deserve all of the positivity that's coming towards you, and you deserve all of the rewards that you're going to reap for all the work that you've done. Because you're definitely a very hard worker. The Hermit is Virgo energy. You're a hard worker at the end of the day. You're very diligent, and you're the kind of person where it doesn't matter if you were born with a certain amount of skill or not, because you made all of your skill your own and you practice hard regardless. Like, it doesn't matter if you were born talented or if you were born with no talent. At the end of the day, you're very talented now where you sit because you've put in all of the work necessary, even if you were born talented. Do you know what I mean? Like, and if you weren't born talented, it's even more impressive. You've put in all of the work to the point where it's completely indecipherable. No one can tell. People think that you're naturally very gifted at everything that you do. And I am getting again that you're a very well rounded person. It can come off very strongly and straightforwardly like you're gifted at everything that you do. And we've got the Nine of Swords. Now, the Nine of Swords is typically a card about anxieties that do not come to pass. But this particular Nine of Swords does depict Oedipus from the Greek tragedies. And Oedipus's whole story theme is that trying to avoid what is fated to be can ultimately cause that fate. Like, some things are unavoidable, basically, is kind of the thought processing behind that. And in trying to avoid it, you will just be what causes it in the end. You are a very intelligent person, and I'm getting that you're very rarely wrong about things, especially when you're warning people. Like, you're a very straightforward person and you give very good advice. So when you're warning someone, when you have like insight into something and you're taking the time to share it with people, they've noticed that it does them well to heed it, and it does them well to listen to what you have to say, because you're very rarely wrong about what you have to say. Very intuitive, very insightful. This is again High Priestess energy, just like from the collective energy before. Very much High Priestess energy. You are a very gifted intuitive. You have very strong intuition. And we've got the 10 of coins. The 10 of coins popping out to mirror the 10 of diamonds. That was your pile number, right? You're going to leave a big legacy. This is that level up from the 8 to the 9 coming through again. It's even a 10. Like, you are going to leave a very big legacy behind, and the people around you know that. People know that you're going to do really incredible things with your life, and they're excited to see where that goes. People are excited to see what direction you end up taking. All right. What more can we know, please? What more can we know about why are you loved? All right. And we've got Venonat, easily misunderstood and shy. And then again, this circles back around to this idea that like you're a very multifaceted, incredibly complex person. And it can be really easy for people to focus on one side of you or misunderstand how you come together as a whole person, you know what I mean? I'm getting that it can be kind of difficult for you to trust people with your whole self because of situations like this. Like, you're not someone who's regularly vulnerable to other people. You need to really trust someone, and you need to really like be feeling them and feel some kind of connection between the two of you to actually like reach out to them and trust them on that level. And we've got Porygon. Good with tech, unique and intelligent. Now, unique and intelligent coming out the most there. Good with tech too. It leads into intelligent. You're a very smart person. It definitely comes through that you're a smart person at the end of the day. And there are a lot of people who admire your intelligence quite a bit. There are definitely people who value your intelligence. You're going to go really far in life, is what it is. People are really excited to see what your brain does and where it takes you, because you're going to go really far in life. All right. What more can we know, please, about why are you loved? And we've got Porygon again. Yeah, good with tech, unique, and intelligent. You're very smart. And know that right now there are people who are actively thinking about the fact that you are a very bright person with a big future ahead of you. If you are being scouted for something, or if you're waiting on approval for something, if you're in any kind of competition or anything like that, that you've like if you're waiting on news back for something, you're going to get good news soon. People are very much going to validate how talented and intelligent you are specifically very soon. Congratulations to anyone getting into college soon. In fact, I'm pretty sure at least in the USA, that's the season that we're in right now. Like, congratulations to anyone who may be getting into college right now even. And we've got Venonat. So, you got these two cards twice. These are the only two cards from this deck that you got, and you got them twice. You just got Venonat in a different position this time. Very interesting. You're really consistent. People have noticed that you're a very consistent person, and they really appreciate that about you. You're not like a live wire. You're not someone that's going to go off on someone without any warning. Sharp-sighted, thick-skinned, and nice big eyes. I think I mentioned thick-skinned already. Like, you're very much a thick-skinned person. It's hard to get under your skin. You're a hard person to bother. Nice big eyes as well. If eyes are the window to the soul, you have a beautiful soul. People really like looking into your eyes. Getting strong Scorpio energy. I was getting Scorpio energy earlier with the magnetism, and I'm getting Scorpio energy now with nice, really vibrant, like attention grabbing eyes. And we've got the Three of Wands. It's all happening so fast. You're definitely a talented manifester. You And what it is that you aren't someone who takes no for an answer. Like, you're willing to put in the work to see the results. So you see results very often because you're a hard worker. All right. One more. What more can we know, please, about why you are loved? Sweet like candy. I'm actually tasting cake right now. You're a very sweet person. People leave experiences with you feeling really like warm and fuzzy inside. And we've got the Eight of Spades in reverse. Time to figure it out yourself. You're really helpful. You never leave a friend behind. You never leave a person behind. When someone needs your help, when someone is in trouble, you don't need to be asked twice. Like, you'll just stop. You're definitely giving good Samaritan vibes. Like, you don't need to be told to help someone. It comes very naturally to you. You have a very big heart. And we've got the King of Wands. I was born for the spotlight. I'll share it only with you. Interesting. This is the exact same note that I ended the first reading on, just coming through strongly. But you are a spotlight person. You are meant for the spotlight. Again, if you are waiting on word for anything, if you're waiting on like validation on anything, you're gonna get really good news soon. What's coming through is you're gonna get really, really good news coming towards you soon. So look forward to that. All right, loves, that is what I've got for you. Thank you so much for being here again with me today for another reading. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you. I hope it was fun. I hope it was enlightening. I will see you next time. Bye. All right, and we're on pile number 3 with the Eight of Spades. Now, the Eight of Spades is indicative of Eight of Swords energy. Already, I'm getting that you're a very supportive friend. And not just friend, just like person in general. You're a very supportive person. You're definitely the kind of person that people want to have on their side. Like, very much a team player and a natural leader, too. Like, you're the kind of friend that is really good at getting people, like pulling people out of their depression. You know what I mean? Not to say that depression is necessarily something that can be pulled out of, but like when people are going through, like when they're having a depressive streak, when they're going through like a bad episode in their life or something like that, you're the kind of friend that'll show up at their front door and you'll give them what they need to feel better. Like, you're very intuitive, you're really good at reading people. This links back to the energy in the collective that we had. You're really good at reading people, and you use what you notice about people to make them feel good and to make them feel better. You're a very supportive person at the end of the day. I'm getting a strong, like, Five of Pentacles energy as well. And I think actually I was getting Five of Pentacles energy when I drew your card initially for the pile card numbers, if I'm remembering correctly. You don't leave people out in the cold. Like, you're very supportive. And at the end of the day, you will open your door up to a stranger rather than letting someone, like metaphorically, right? Like, you would rather let yourself be there for a stranger than have someone be alone and uncomforted in your presence. It's very natural for you. I'm getting very nurturing energy. It's easy for you to reach out to other people, or if not easy for you to reach out to other people, you make it a point to reach out to other people to make sure that people are doing well. It's very rare energy, actually, in like the modern day, I feel. This is the kind of like communal energy where you're very supportive and you want to support people. You want to give to people the way that you would want people to give to you. You know what I mean? You're willing to build that kind of community amongst your friends and your family. It's very inspiring energy, actually. All right. What more can we know, please? What more can we know about why you are loved? Why are you loved? You're a very well respected person. Like, you're the kind of person that when people try to gossip about you, if people were to try to gossip about you around your friends or around people in your inner circle, there are a lot of people who respect you enough to, like, stop that kind of thing or shut it down. Like, people would stop people from saying bad things about you if it came down to it. You have the respect of a lot of people and the care of a lot of people, too. Which isn't surprising. Again, you come off as someone who's very naturally nurturing and someone who you build relationships by reaching out to people on a person to person basis. You know what I mean? So people get really attached to you, and I'm getting very easily. In fact, you're the kind of person who's really easy to fall in love with, even if that love is completely unromantic, like, even if that love is completely platonic, like, you're just a very easy person to love. And we've got the Knight of Swords. You're also very clever. You're very clever. You're very charming. The Knight of Swords is Gemini energy. We're looking at someone who is a fun friend. You make people feel better. You raise people up. You know what to say. You know how to compliment. You know how to give energy and focus in a way that's very encouraging to people. You highlight people's positives in a way that makes people feel very good about themselves, frankly. You know what I mean? You would make a very good teacher. Some of you might be teachers, like, regardless of what kind of teacher. Some of you may be teachers. um Either way, you'd make a very good teacher. You're very patient at the end of the day, and you're really good at meeting people on a person to person basis. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy for you to see eye to eye with other people. You're a very empathetic soul. You might be someone who identifies as an empath, in fact. um it's easy for you to form, if not easy, again, you are someone who's capable of forming connections with other people on a very deep basis. And we've got the Hierophant. Yeah, in like almost a spiritual way. The Hierophant is a very spiritual card. In the traditional Rider-Waite deck, the Hierophant is depicted by the Pope, literally. Like, there's a very strong spirituality and, like, religious aspect to it almost. You connect to people on a very deep basis. There are people who look up to you in a very awe-inspired way, I'm getting. You are likely someone who's been through quite a bit in your lifetime, especially if you're big about sharing your story, whether that be online or out in your community. There are people who take a lot of strength from the story that you share. There are people who take a lot of encouragement from what you've been through and how you've managed to become the person that you are at the end of all of it. I'm definitely getting that you have a story where people feel you could have turned out much differently than you did, but instead you became a loving, caring human being, and you have this big heart and this massive amount of empathy and compassion for the people around you. And there are definitely people who are really inspired by and encouraged by that aspect of you. And we've got the King of Swords. Now, the Knight to the King, even with a card, even with a card in the middle, it does insinuate growth. And more so than insinuate growth, it also insinuates a growing amount of respect surrounding you. Every day, the people around you respect you more and more. You hold yourself, I'm getting, to likely very high standards, and the people around you recognize that. And they really, I'm getting that you're going through a very big transformation in your life right now, and parts of you are maturing really strongly and really great right now. Like, you're, like, I'm getting, like, aging like fine wine energy here. Like, you're going through a big transformation and you're gonna come out on the other side of it amazing, and people around you can tell. Like, the people in your life, the people in your inner circle, like, they can tell that you're going through this transformation that's going to make you into an even more amazing person than you already are. Yeah, and we've got Strength. Like, you are you're very much a natural leader. That much is coming through. You were, what I heard very specifically was you were blessed with good decision-making skills. Some of you might not agree with that, which is why I kind of paused right there. But That's definitely the message that's coming through very strongly, that like you were blessed with very good decision making skills. If you wouldn't agree with that fact, if you would feel more so that you don't have the best decision making skills, know that from the outside looking in, it looks like you make all of the right decisions. You seem very intelligent. Like again, you just seem to be leveling up very quickly, and you seem to be learning your lessons very quickly as well. You come off as someone very brave. You're definitely not the kind of person that like shirks your responsibility. You're not the kind of person that like backs away from more responsibility. You're very brave and you're very forthright and you're a team player, and at the end of the day, you're willing to take on a lot of weight onto your shoulder to help the people around you, I'm getting. And they recognize that. The people who care about you, they recognize the fact that you would put yourself out for them. People feel very special because of this. They feel very loved and cared for by you. And it's because you're a person who acts instead of talks. Like you walk the walk, rather. You know what I mean? Like people know that when you say you care about them, you'll show that you care about them as well, in a way that they can feel, in a way that they can understand and actually agree with. And we've got the Ace of Swords. You're really good at cutting to the heart of things. Um, and you're a very smart person. Intelligence has definitely come out, especially with the Knight and King of Swords energy. You're a very intelligent person, but you're also very good at cutting to the heart of things. This is part of why you would or do make a very good teacher. Because again, you are good at meeting people on the level that they're at. And you're good at explaining things in a way that even someone who might not necessarily understand the concept can still understand. You aren't What it is you're not gatekeepy with your knowledge. You're not gatekeepy with like the way that you interact with the world. You encourage people to get involved with things. You want people to actually enjoy things. You don't look down on other people for not being as good as you. You don't look down on other people for not being as smart as you or as advanced as you are. You're very non-judgmental and you're very accepting. And people really appreciate that about you. People really love that about you. And we've got the Chariot, and you're brave. That's come out again. You're very brave. You don't let negative circumstances scare you away from doing things that you want to do. And you don't let possible negative opinions scare you away from the things that you believe in either. If you've decided to back a cause, if you've decided that you care about something, you're not going to turn your back on it unless you have a very, very good reason to do so. You don't let the way that the world sees you impact the way that you live your life. You're a very upright, you're a very morally upright person. All right. What more can we know, please? What more can we know about why you are loved? Why are you loved? Yeah, getting justice energy. You're very fair in your judgments of things, and especially in your judgments of people. You're not the kind of person who's going to negatively judge someone without good reason, based off like hearsay. And we've got Mew. Highly sought after, cute, and caring. You've got a big heart. It's because you've got a big heart at the end of the day. You want to give everyone a fair shake. You want to be fair with everyone. You want to know that you have given everyone the same shot at the end of the day. And again, this is something that people really, really love about you. It's something that people really value about you. Because of this, people also very, very much value your opinion on other people. You're the kind of person who will be honest about how you feel about someone after you have decided how you feel about them. And other people really value your opinion, especially when it comes to the people that you're talking about. If you say that someone is a great, morally upright person, then people will believe you and people will put value towards what you say. Like there's stock in your word. But if you come back and you're like, I don't know, like people put value in that. Like people actually take into consideration how you feel about these people and how you feel about the people that you interact with. At the end of the day, it's because people know that you wouldn't just, you wouldn't judge someone without damn good reason to do so. If you're saying something negative about someone, even if it's like vaguely negative, it makes people alert about them. Like, what did they do to them to get them to feel that way? This also applies to like relationship fallouts. Like, trust, if you are someone who has relationships that like have fallen through and you're potentially worried about how people see things on the other end of things, know that even people in that other person's life are likely aware of the fact that there's more than meets the eye with this story from what the person they're listening to is saying. Like, people know that you wouldn't just toss someone out of your life for no reason. People know that you're not a judgmental person. If someone did something to make you upset, then you had a good reason to be upset. And we've got Abra, mystical, empathetic, and surprisingly alert. Now, empathetic, obviously, but surprisingly alert, I'm getting that you're the kind of person who people are, like, caught off guard by how smart you are. Like, and I'm getting, like, cute, caring, empathetic, like, I likely spiritual and mystical as well. It can be surprising to people, I'm getting, that you're also a very logical person. It's very easy for you to deduce certain things about people. You have a really good eye for that kind of thing. I'm getting strong, like, Sherlock Holmes energy, where, like, you notice things is what it is. You're very sharp-sighted, and you piece things together and you remember things. Things leave an impact on you. The people around you leave an impact on you. You notice things about people, whether they want you to or not. And we've got Crabby. Survivor, make something out of nothing, and self-sufficient. Now, Survivor, you have likely been through quite a bit in your life, and it's turned you into a very strong person at the end of the day. I'm getting really independent vibes. Like, people know that you are going to go very far in life because you're not the kind of person that takes no for an answer, is what I'm getting. Even if you wouldn't consider yourself that way, that's how people view you from the outside looking in, that you're the kind of person who, like, you'll keep trying and you'll keep pushing towards things, towards your goals. You know what I mean? If you fall down 7 times, you'll get up 8. It doesn't matter. You'll keep pushing until there's a reason for you not to push anymore. It's very inspirational, frankly. You've been through a lot in your life, and it's made you into a very determined person. And we've got Porygon. Good with tech, unique, intelligent. This is also Earth. So of the 4 cards, we've got rare, air, water, and earth types. You're a very well-rounded person. People I'm getting are, again, you're a very surprising person, is what it is. People are often very shocked at how well-rounded you are. You're not just a pretty face, you're also very intelligent. You're not just emotionally empathetic and compassionate, you're also very logical, and you notice things around you. You might give people the benefit of the doubt, but that doesn't mean that you don't still take notice of the things around you and of the things they're doing or saying. All right. What more can we know, please? What more can we know about why are you loved? Why are you loved? We've got the 9 of Wands. Just hold on, please. You don't give up. Again, you're not someone who gives up. You stick to things. You're very adamant. You're very determined. You're going to go very far in life because of it. You're not the kind of person who can be kept down. It's very encouraging. There are a lot of people who look to emulate your footsteps and to strive forward the way that you strive forward in your life. I'm getting a lot of people in your life look up to you as, like, a person to emulate. That has been a common thread through all the readings so far. The people in your lives as a collective really look up to you. I think it's awesome. That's such an awesome vibe. You guys are role models for the people around you, whether you like that or not. Even, like, the people around you just kind of look up to you. And we've got the 4 of Swords in reverse. I need to be alone right now. Oh, so I'm getting that you are likely someone who needs time to recuperate. A natural introvert. we'll go with popular loner, because it's what's coming through is that you very often do not have the time to recuperate. However, like, you are often surrounded by people. You're a very popular person. People really like you. People really want to know you better. They really want to get closer to you. They can't help it. You're the cool kid on campus. You know what I mean? Like, people can't help it. People want to get to know you. And people want to be in your inner circle. They want the support, the kind of support and drive that you have to offer. And again, you have fans. Like, what it is there are people who look up to you. There are definitely fans in your life. And we've got the King of Cups. Rivers run deeper than the eye can see. A kingdom is nothing without a queen. So a kingdom is nothing without a queen. You're a very balanced person. Your yin and yang energies are incredibly balanced. There are definitely people who are really envious of that, I'm getting, like, specifically. I'm getting a very androgynous type of attraction. Like, you're definitely someone who, like, is very highly desired and highly sought after, whether you realize that or not. Um, there are for sure people from all walks of life who are very interested in you, who you catch the eye of. And we've got the Four of Cups. My heart just isn't in it. You're an impossible person to bother. Like, when you set your mind to something, when you decide that you're going to do something, you are an impossible person to move from the path of. And when you have your eyes set on something, it is impossible to get under your skin, I'm getting. You're really dedicated to what you do. You're really dedicated to the things that you're passionate about. And it's the people around you love that. They love the fire that you bring. They love the passion that you bring. There are a lot of people, again, in your life who genuinely really wish that they were more like you, I'm getting. It's it's giving strong mentor energy. There are a lot of people in your life, I'm getting, who would do quite a bit to be mentored by you and to be able to walk in your footsteps, so to say. All right, loves, that is what I've got for you. Thank you so much for being here again with me today for another reading. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you. I hope it was fun. I hope it was enlightening. I will see you next time. Bye. All right, and last but certainly not least, we're on pile number 4 with the Jack of Spades. Now, the Jack of Spades is indicative of Knight of Swords energy. Already, we are looking at Gemini energy. You are adorable. I'm getting strong, like, adorable, cute vibes. Regardless of how you identify, you're the kind of energy that I just want to grab and squeeze already. Um, you bring a lot of freshness to every room that you enter and into every relationship that you're in, I'm getting, regardless of what kind of relationship it is, regardless of whether or not it's a romantic or platonic relationship. You bring a lot of youthfulness and freshness to these relationships and to the lives of the people around you. Getting strong youthful energy, that's for sure. You're likely someone who looks much younger than you actually are, regardless of how old you are. If that is not the case, you have a very youthful energy about you. There's something very bright and youthful about you. We've got the Two of Coins, and you manage to still be a very responsible person. Despite all that youthfulness, you're not someone who's, like, naive necessarily, or, like, inexperienced in life, we'll go with. Like, you still come off as someone very experienced, you still come off as someone with a very good head on your shoulders, and you still come off as someone who's really good at managing your responsibilities, basically. You don't shirk your responsibilities, you don't try to get out of things, you're very intelligent. At the end of the day, I'm getting that it can be it can be almost surprising for people that you are such a well-rounded, great person, because you're just such an adorable person on top of it. Like, all right. What more can we know, please? What more can we know about why are you loved? Why are you loved? You're very good with your words. You're definitely the kind of person and the kind of energy that knows what to say. And you're very good at making people feel good about themselves. I'm getting like even flattery, but it's not something that you're doing. Like, I feel like flattery has kind of a weird connotation to it. It's not even something that you're doing as like a way to like butter anyone up or anything like that. You're just really complimentary. You notice things and you're not afraid to like say it out loud. You're not afraid to compliment other people. You might be the kind of person that compliments people just like as you go about your day, compliment strangers on the regular. If you are that kind of person, yeah, don't stop. The Chariot card. If you are that kind of person, know that you make people's day when you do that. You leave a very lasting impression on the people around you, I'm getting. And you make people feel really good. Very sunshiny, very bright. You bring a lot of light to the life of the people around you. All right. What more can we know, please? Yeah, very comforting. This is very comforting energy. You make people feel at home. You make them feel warm and welcomed. And you don't ask for anything in return, I'm getting. Like, you don't expect people to do anything but be kind in return, basically. Like, you don't ask for a quid pro quo. You're willing to open your arms and, like, your heart to anyone who is willing to be kind and generous in return. I'm getting that there are a lot of people who would, like, fight to defend you. Like, there are people who want to protect you. You're the kind of energy, heart, and love that people want to protect. It's likely that you've been through not so great experiences with people in your past. You've had experiences where people may have taken advantage even of how kind and how loving and how caring and gentle you are. And if that's the case, know that the people in your life right now are just so incredibly not impressed with the people who treated you like that. Like, there are people in your life now. Yeah, the Three of Wands, even as you move forward and even as you move forward into bigger and better things, there are still people who are like, they would come to your defense, basically, if someone tried to hurt you again. There are people who really want to defend you and really want to protect you, and they really want to see you succeed with that Three of Wands energy. You're moving forward. You're meant to do really great things, and especially if you're coming out of a really difficult chapter of your life, in this past chapter of your life, know that this next chapter of your life is going to be a lot better. All right. What more can we know, please? What more can we know about why are you loved? Why are you loved? You have a secret admirer. There's someone in your energy who wants to talk to you and doesn't know how. Yeah, came out right when I said that. The Judgment card, even. The Judgment card traditionally features an angel literally calling out to souls that are, like, coming back for their second time around. Like, there's someone who wants to contact you. You have a secret admirer. There's someone who really wants to reach out to you. They just don't quite know how. Alright, what more can we know, please, about why you are loved? We've got the Eight of Wands. Yeah, people want to reach out to you. It's more than one person. Like, one person is coming through very strong. Don't get me wrong. You have at least one secret admirer who really wants to reach out to you. But people are really wanting to reach out to you right now. You're definitely on a lot of people's minds. There are a lot of people who are thinking about you and who are really wanting to see how you're doing, wanting to talk to you. If your DMs have been dry, if your messages have been dry, trust that people are giving you space because they feel that you're busy. And there's definitely an energy here that, like, people feel like you're busy. You come off as someone who has a lot going on with that Knight of Swords energy as your pile card number. You come off as someone who is very forward thinking, lots of forward thinking energy there. So people assume that you've got more on your plate than just, like, catching up with them or just, like, chit-chatting, you know what I mean? No one's trying to waste your time or take up unnecessary time. People really respect you, and they really respect people really respect you. They really respect your energy is what I'm getting. Or at the very least, the people in your life are trying to respect you and respect your energy. Again, I get the feeling that you have a history with people not respecting you and not respecting your energy. So especially the people that are in your life now, especially like the inner circle that you've cultivated now, they want to make sure that they give you that. Something that you didn't get before. You know what I mean? Yeah, and we've got the Five of Coins. So, two things with that. One, the Five of Coins is indicative of the fact that people feel like you are not someone who would ever leave them out in the cold. You're a very loyal friend. You're a very loyal partner. Regardless of the nature of the kind of relationship you have with someone, if you know someone on a personal basis, you will open your heart, your home, your arms to them to give them as much as is possible for you, to support them. You know what I mean? Once someone is important in your life, they're important in a way that you will show them that they are important to you. But two, the Five of Pentacles also indicates the fact that there are people in your life right now who still love, or people who are no longer in your life anymore who still very much love you. People who burnt that bridge, people who missed that shot, and are now stuck in a situation where they are no longer happy and they no longer have access to you. And trust that there are people who really miss you. Like, there are people who would do and change a lot to get you back in their life, who are thinking about you right now. I've already mentioned this, but you're heavy on a lot of people's minds right now. If you feel like you have been bogged down with energies, if you feel like there are a lot of people, especially at night, or especially if you can't focus during the day, like either you can't sleep at night or you can't focus during the day, it could be a good idea to cleanse. This is my standard video reminder. It could be a good idea to cleanse, either with like a spiritual bath, or even like a spiritual shower, or a smoke cleansing, or an egg cleansing. Just something to get the extra energy off of you, because there are definitely people who are missing you right now. And we've got the Two of Wands. You make really good decisions in life. At least from the outside looking in, it really looks to the people who care about you and who look up to you that you make really good decisions in life. You're a very smart person. You've got a very good head on your shoulders. And people can tell that you're going to continue to make good decisions in life. Like, there's this expectation that's coming through that you're going to do really great things. It came through earlier with the Eight of Wands and with people not wanting to bother you too. Like, people just kind of expect you to be doing really great things. It comes through almost as like very suave entrepreneur energy, or like very intelligent mad genius energy. Like, there's definitely the sense here that people see you as a very unique presence and a very strong presence, a very powerful presence. And they assume that you're going to do really great things. They assume that you've got a lot of stuff going on right now. And we've got the Nine of Wands. There are people who are very inspired by the story that you have. And I think that's part of what it is. Like, you've already come so far in your life that people expect you to go even further, and they're really excited to see where you end up, where this all takes you, where this all leads you. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, what it is people expect great things from you because you've done great things already. Like, you're a very inspiring person, and there are, in fact, a lot of people who take great inspiration from you. That's been another through line for all of these readings so far. You guys are so inspiring. The people around you absolutely adore you. It's so cool. It's such an awesome energy to have for the collective. I'm so happy with it. Yeah, and we've got the Three of Coins. You're very talented. You're an incredibly talented person. And the funny thing is, especially with this Three of Coins, you don't notice how talented you are. The way that his eyes are closed and he's literally just having a good time, while the Oni in the background are like sizing him up, trying to figure out how they can steal his talent. Like, you don't even realize how talented you are. You don't even realize just how great you are. It's very humble. Like, you have a very humble energy. You're very down to earth. You're the kind of person where, like, if people were to gush over you, you'd likely be uncomfortable with it, or you'd likely brush it off. Like, it's not the kind of energy that you are trying to incorporate into your life in any way. But it can't be helped. There are people who really look up to you because you are very talented. You have a lot of skill. And you've got the Ace of Cups. You've got a big heart at the end of the day. And the Ace of Cups, this Ace of Cups specifically, features the creation of sake. you're definitely a very lively person as well. Like, people love partying with you, people love being in your good graces, people love having a good time with you. You're definitely the kind of person that people want to vacation with, people want to party with. We've got Psyduck. Chronically underestimated, comes through in a pinch, and loyal. I think loyal has already come through a couple times here, because you are definitely that. You're a very loyal person. People trust that you won't abandon them in their times of need. And I'm getting that, like, you're the kind of person who, like, you will give people just, like, chance after chance after chance. It takes a lot to get you to, like, give up on someone who you care about, or, like, walk away or cut somebody off if you care about them. All right. What more can we know, please? What more can we know about why are you loved? Why are you loved? And we've got Ditto, adaptable, easygoing, and friendly. I feel like easygoing and friendly are both two very straightforward reasons why you're loved. You're a very easily contented person. You don't expect a whole lot from the people around you, except for them to also be loyal to you. You know what I mean? Like, you're not the kind of someone who asks more of someone than they're willing to give, and you're not the kind of person who puts someone on the spot either. All you ask from the people around you is that they offer you the same level of loyalty and care that you offer them. And it has gotten you a lot of loyalty in return. I'm getting, like, a lot of respect, and a lot of people are very loyal to you in return. And we've got Growlithe, loyal, disciplined, and strong moral compass. So strong moral compass standing out there, definitely strong justice energy. You are a very good judge of character, and the more strong moral compass coming out right over the Two of Wands as well. You're a very good judge of character. You're not judgmental, I'm getting. You're definitely not a judgmental person, but you are very good at picking up on the qualities of people. You are very good at picking up on, like, the little things that people do and kind of reading into those things. You know what I mean? You're a very excellent judge of character, and it's not just intuitively based, though I am getting that you have a very strong intuition as well. It's also just the fact that, like, you notice, you put in the energy to notice. And we've got Tangela, mysterious, resilient, and self-reliant. Now, self-reliant coming out there the most. You're definitely a very independent person. People see you as an incredibly independent person. And we've got Voltorb, team player, organized, and enjoys routine. Now, team player stands out the most there. You come off as a natural leader, is what it is. You have very strong leadership qualities. You're very good in a team setting because you're really good at highlighting you're very good at highlighting the positives of the people around you. You notice these things. You take the time to notice these things. You take the time to actually, like, see the people around you. You're a very introspective person naturally, too, probably, is what it is. Like, it comes naturally for you to notice the things of the people around you and, like, piece them together because you are really self-reflective of how you behave in your life. And you're really honest with yourself about it. All right. What more can we know, please? What more can we know? Why are you loved? Why are you loved? And we've got the Knight of Wands. Life is nothing without passion. I hope I feel this way when I wake up. Very passionate person, and people definitely love the fire that you bring to the room. They love the fire that you bring to the equation, I'm getting. You're a very passionate person, and you do everything with a very full heart. I'm getting that you're a very good lover in every regard, is what's coming through. Like, you're a very good partner. You're definitely the ideal partner. You're very supportive. You're independent in a way that makes you not codependent on your partner while still being there for them and still wanting them to be there for you. You're very realistic in your standards, but you're also a very good lover in the sense of like physically. Like, trust that if you have had physical partners in the past, they remember you and they remember what you did and they miss you. Regardless of how things ended, regardless of what happened to the rest of the relationship, trust that if you've had physical intimacy with people, they definitely remember and they definitely miss you. And we've got the King of Wands. I was born for the spotlight, I'll share it only with you. Now, the Knight of Wands to the King of Wands, you are leveling up at a fiery pace, is what I'm getting. People are noticing that you are leveling up very quickly and they are very interested in the direction that you're going in. I'm getting that you are likely drawing some envious stares right now. There are people who are likely feeling a little bit of envy towards you and towards the growth that you've been portraying lately. If that is the case, I think this is the second time I'm saying this for your specific reading, but don't be afraid to cleanse if that's the case. What it is you have a lot of eyes on you right now, and there are a lot of people thinking about you right now. There's just a lot of energy up in yours right now. I'm getting you're definitely a person of interest right now. Your level up, your transformation, it's highly noticeable, and there are a lot of people who are taking note of it. And we've got the Page of Cups. You are just the sweetest thing. Stop it, you'll give me a toothache. You are just the sweetest thing. With all of that passion and with all of that fire and with all of that skill, at the end of the day, you're still just a very kind person. You're a very down to earth, warm person. You don't think you're better than anyone else. You don't try to make yourself seem better than anyone else. And the people around you love that. You give off such a humble vibe. There's so much humility that comes from you. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. Don't waste my time. I have work to do. Prove yourself to me and I will give you the world. Ending the reading on the fact that you are a very loyal person, and the people who you are loyal to feel so lucky to have that loyalty. Like, there are people who are really missing you right now, but there are also people who are recognizing just how lucky they are to not have to miss you right now. It is amazing energy. You're a very well-loved person, and I hope the people in your life are making you feel that way. All right, love, that is what I've got for you. Thank you so much for being here again with me today for another reading. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you. I hope it was fun. I hope it was enlightening. I will see you next time. Bye.